Right. That beautiful PlayStation intro that usually gets copyright claimed by BS claim, I should say. Oh wow, Digicube, here we go. Mud duck. I feel like I shouldn't say that. Alright, this better be copyright-free music, because what the hell am I listening to? I'll let you listen to that for a bit while I look at some other things. Making me feel very refined right now. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. Very rudimentary menu. A lot of PlayStation 1 games were like this. No biggie. Such a weird menu type. A lot of pre-rendered backgrounds and stuff back in the day in the PlayStation era. Such a weird thing, because menus in the generation before were pretty decent as well. These are just weird, ephemeral, odd, liminal. Full contest, pocket game, training. I don't know what any of this means. I'm gonna go with pocket game. Okay, this is just normal games, I guess. I go basic 8-ball, and then what's basic? Rotation? 14 and 1? I don't know what any of this means. Played 9-ball before. I'm gonna stick with 8-ball. And I don't know if this is a Japanese game or if it's a American-made game. I have no clue. But it did come out for both regions anyway. Let's play 3 sets. I guess that's 3 games. And then I'll play a different mode, I guess, or a different version of this game, or maybe there's a different pool game we can play on some other console. I don't know. Let's see what we got. I've never done this, but I think I've seen it. I guess it's whoever goes the longest? I don't know what this means. I can't... Okay. There's no indication for any buttons. I didn't know what to play. But, you know, we're just playing pool now. Just whatever came up. Alright, computer's thinking. Is there a pause? No. Are there any buttons? No. Not all the comms thinking. I like pool games. Actually, doesn't look that bad. Alright, what are the buttons? Ball bar, tracer. I don't know what that means, so... Oh, okay. Type 3. Freaky background music. Oh, that looks terrible. I'm gonna play with type 3, because you know what? Type 2, 1? 2, I don't know. There are always 15 balls in this shit. I don't remember that. Maybe I just never counted. How do you play this? Okay, that's zoom. Not playing like that, or that. What's this? Like free cam? Oh my god. This is terrible. Bring me back. Alright. I'm guessing X shoots, hits, whatever. Calm hasn't got a single one yet, and you can change the... Right? H, y'all, whatever. Okay, X. Yeah, I see. I'm not gonna move that too much. I don't know how to make it go default. Damn, a little bit off. I want to play with the other pointer types. be a little too easy. You know? There you go, you got the very precise CPU. Can't skip any of this. I'm a little afraid of having picked 3 sets. But I guess this is a chill stream, so whatever. We'll be here for a bit, not doing much. But yeah, glory be to the CPU, the all-knowing CPU that just knows how to put every fucking ball in. Great. I'm sure that went according to plan to the CPU. I don't know what kind of ball he's putting in. But I'm assuming it's the stripes. Yeah, this was a waste of time. Changing it to easy next time. About that. Wow, it missed. I guess it couldn't compute. And he would actually make it in. Somehow. I don't know, I have a hard time gauging how much force to put in. It's not that simple. It'd be fine like that. We got a bit of a pickle. I could try this. Might hit that red. Might have been too much. Yep. Oh. We got lucky. Somehow. This ain't as easy as it looks, Mike. Alright. Can we make this? That might have been too much. Or not. Care about the physics in this game. Oh, just a little bit off. I don't see this guy, CPU, having a clear entry. He's just gonna hit it randomly. Perfect. Actually perfect. Nice. Actually doing pretty good. This might go in and might not. Yeah, could I? It's a great night. It's a very chill night. You know? First thing I thought about was Majima. Of course, I didn't have anything else to put on this for a thumbnail, so I just remember my times. Wow, the physics on that. My time battling Majima in a, I think it was the bar in Kiwami 1. Way out there by the homeless park. Like across the street from that. Play darts too, but I'm more of a pool guy when it comes to these bar games. To be honest with you. I can do darts, I just never done it in a place like that. Being honest, I prefer playing cards. More of a gambling man. Poker man. How the hell did I do this? There we go. More of a blackjack, Texas Hold'em guy. Oh, this is terrible. Well, he hasn't scored anything, so get this out of here. That could have been real close. Damn. Yeah, we're playing a few pool games, hopefully. Wow. 15. Right. I guess I'm colored again. We're gonna be playing a bunch of pool games. I guess if they have American in a name, they're going first. I know there's other names for this game across Europe as well, and Latin America. Oh, wow. Well, since I'm the colored balls, I guess we're going for that. The perspective wasn't all that great, so we're gonna go like this. What happened to my reticle? There it is. Let's say a little too close. We haven't had a chill stream since I played Monster Hunter World back in the day. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There you go. Thank you. It was just me playing games in a chill manner. I didn't have to speak. I just kind of sat there. Anybody wanted to join in, and great. We just kind of played games and hung out. Exactly. Those you're busy editing or Final Fantasy. But yeah, that last one, I think all you did was fight 2 big bosses. Every time I look, it's like, where are we? The gang at? What's going on? But then I remember Final Fantasy overall is it's very out there. A lot of things happen very quickly. Still think the most enjoyable one I played was 15. I just like the scope and the scale of exploring about. Up until, 3/4 into the game where everything just kind of goes to shit and it's not really all that enjoyable, but I like the freedom, to do what I want. Kind of brought me back a little bit to the Fallout 3 times. Freedom to go anywhere, do whatever. Just have a nice time. Story's there, but you don't really have to engage with it. Not when there's a whole world to explore and do whatever in. We're getting off track though, but yeah. One day I'll get a PS5, I'll play Ghost of Tsushima and a few other games. I'm not really... I think a lot of PlayStation exclusives are kind of the same. But at least that one's a little bit more unique, so I wouldn't mind playing that. I'd like to have a console just to have all like the more, I guess, quote-unquote normie games to play on and not waste my computer space, Or if it's like a big budget AAA, maybe I don't have to waste resources that I don't have. Glad to watch you play Ninja Gaiden. Everybody knows I'm not good at that. I haven't played the first one on stream, but I did have it, physically. That's how I played it. That's how I knew about Ninja Gaiden. Up until, obviously, the Xbox. Damn. The CPU is really as dumb this round, at least. But yeah, that'd be great. Finally getting you a PC. There's a lot of things you can do with that one. Hell, all the stuff I've been playing, you can play without a big old PC, big beefy gaming PC. You know? One of the people I played here with before, he doesn't show up too much, but he's got a crappy old laptop, and that's how we played before. You know? I just share my stream and he gets to join in. Or share the game, I mean. Wow, okay. I guess that helps out. What? Never heard that rule before, but alright. Alright, 2 out of 3. We're back to this, like, super refined British crack. Alright, let's do a little 9-ball, since we're here. I don't remember 9-ball needing 2 players, but it could just been me, honestly. We really don't know what the point of this is. I guess this whoever gets closest to the middle, maybe? I don't know. Ah, 9-ball for the uninitiated. It's basically filling in the balls in sequence, so you know, 1 through 9. Putting me in a hard spot here with 1. What's the difference? No clue. I think it's just a tagline, honestly. I'm pretty sure pool, billiards, and whatever the fuck else is the same exact game. Maybe different rule sets. As you saw, we got like a foul out or something for the CPU, and we won the match without having to put in the 8-ball. So there's also certain subsets where you get to choose which hole to put the 8-ball in when it's your turn to do that when you're done with your, I guess, set. We didn't do that here, so yeah, I guess it just maybe rule sets, maybe. 2. There's no way I'm getting that into anything anyway. So, move on. Interesting. Yeah, I kind of figured. Very interesting choice of music. There was a pool game on the DS I used to play a lot. Don't remember the name, but I guess I started liking pool a little bit more after that. Let's see if I can dig it up someday. Great. Gonna be a foul for me. Or, you know, the ball for me. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, get out of here. Player change. Alright, let's put this ball in. A lot of pause moments. There we go. Yeah, we played Blue Archive. One of the few, or the only, gacha games I play. Consistently. It does have some pretty good music. I would go back to it eventually, but I don't know, it depends. This time there was an event. There's a festival coming up, so I mean, it's a special moment. So figured why not? I've done it before with characters I really, really wanted. And with streamer luck, I guess we got lucky again. There you go. 1 set. Yeah, I knew a couple people with a table too. It's fun, isn't it? I don't think I've ever used the Q stick as a weapon. But you do you, I guess. I think I've used it maybe a couple times in Fallout New Vegas, but I think there's better stuff for that, you know, like a baseball bat. The winner of the set, first player to pot 8 ball. Any ball can be pocketed. Okay. Any ball can be pocketed at any time. So I guess that's the difference between 8 ball and basic. Rotation. Yeah, it's a gacha game. Played it maybe 3 times before on stream. Played other gacha games at the time. But this one's the one I play every single day, just for the hell of it. There's another one that I can't stream because I'll definitely get deleted off this channel. I'll just leave that at that. Maybe one day. I don't know. I'll try my stupid luck when the next anniversary comes up. And then we'll see. YouTube AI and automation has not been kind overall, so it is what it is. Alright, pocket anything and they're worth points. Try another 8 ball. Give me one set. Put it on hard. And then we'll move on. Or you know what? I'll try the other game modes. There's no time limit today. I don't really think I'll get bored or messed up playing this. Anyway, I've gotten copyright claims for a whole lot of Halo tracks. Not a single one of them has been from Microsoft, so it just goes to show you how faulty the automatic detection system is on YouTube. Faulty as in it's completely horrible and useless overall. I remember playing Halo 2 on stream for the first time. On stream. Got copyright claimed by a Brazilian group, of all things. But yeah, you just gotta fight it off. And I would say half the time they don't know that it's going on because you can just dispute it. They'll be like, yeah, this is stupid, I'll just release this. But I would never, ever in my life, give the benefit of the doubt to a corporation. Especially not Google. So, it is what it is. What are we doing? What am I hitting? I forgot. Alright. Okay, I guess we're hitting... Not hitting stripes. It was just for hitting the 8 ball then. Alright, we're hitting solids. Great, awesome. Yeah. I haven't been monetized since, you know, 2013 probably. I'll be damned if I get ads on my own videos and not see a penny out of it. Oh wow. Miscalculated on that. Scratch. No, you don't have ads. I mean, I watch on mobile and PC. Now that I notice on PC, got certain countermeasures. That's... Oh, I did it again. Great. That foul. Did that on purpose. Anyway, this music is driving me insane. Just a centimeter off. Really helping me out here somehow. And we're a long, at least I am a long ways away from monetization. And I'd much prefer direct donations and support. To be honest with you. It's not a bad track, it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's grating me right now. Maybe a different track would have helped. Look at that. Getting going. Great. I think I have a Cash App. I don't know. I made it a long, long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away. At this moment, I just have PayPal. I haven't gotten around to shut down the bank account that I have. Great to look and see the negative in it. So, that's that. I guess it's just me. I'm very awkward when it comes to something like that. If you send me a corporate, I guess, like, monetary email or something like that, or like have to look at an email about bills or debts, I'm probably not gonna open it, you know? Or worried about something, you know, important, monetary-wise. Probably gonna wait till the very last minute to open it because I don't want to see it. Wow, okay. Wow, okay. The AI just, you know, locked in. I would say it's the same with phone calls and whatnot, but I'm glad I realized, I don't know if it's a Google phone thing. Unfortunately, I do have a Pixel, but, or if it's a Android thing, but rotation. But there's a feature you can screen calls, you know, have an automatic, I guess, voice pick up the phone, and then you can read what the other person's saying on the other end. You can basically just read their conversation, and you can choose to call or pick up the phone at that point. So that way I'd know. if it's not a scam call, because we live in the US, unfortunately, so we get our numbers are on a million little databases, you know, in the third world, and probably some other fucked up place where scamming is normal. I remember being abroad for a year and a half. Not a single scam call, not a single scam text, not a single scam email, even. Like, go figure. Yeah, I don't answer numbers I don't have saved, unless I'm seriously expecting a call. And even then, I'm expecting one call and I get like 5 different scam calls, robocalls, medical care, advertisements, you know, the usual. Always touch, okay. Play 14 to 1. I pressed back by mistake. Okay. Okay, I forgot, it's not a Japanese version. Don't mind that. 45 points. I went to South America for a while. Lived with a brother of mine. It was fun. Up until, you know, not really getting any work opportunities. So I just came back. I would point you to some vlogs or whatever, but I never actually edited any of the videos or any of the footage I made. I do have old vlogs of me being there too, but that was way, way back when, and anything with my face on it or, you know, anything IRL is a little bit privated, so. When I decide to face reveal again, I guess you'll see that. One day. One day I'll make a poll. I'm not adverse to, you know, putting on the camera. But that means I'd have to get ready and I'd have to be looking good and, you know, all that. Good lighting too. Oh, that's me. Much as I love the food here, especially southern food, obviously. I much prefer food abroad, honestly. I always say this, if you're looking to eat healthy or just eat good or whatever, you know, not chug down chemicals and steroids and whatever. I always want to go, you know, outside the US. The only way you're gonna eat healthy here and not get conned or get all your money taken away just for buying bread is to make your own food, and that's unfortunate. You know, for all the shit I can give Europe, at the very least, they don't poison their population yet, alright? There's some super shady ass shit that they do. But when it comes to regular consumerism, it's not as bad, the food industry, as it is here. Same goes with Latin America and parts of Asia, obviously. I will say it is, I guess it depends on the female streamer. I tend to watch a lot when it comes to first-time players, when it comes to like a story game or something that I like. Because they have better reactions, better emotions when they go to a certain scene. I get very emotional when I play certain games or movies. So watching somebody play through Metal Gear Solid series for the first time it's very, very cathartic, very emotional for me. And I will say, there's a lot of female streamers that are very much LARPing, you know, just playing the game because it's popular at the time. very big trend of playing certain game series for the first time in the title. You know? A lot of female streamers that choose to play Halo for the first time. And because, you know, all the Halo fans are gonna swarm them. Especially if they have a pretty face in the camera. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm also not a big fan of a bunch of simps that just come out and out of the woodworks. Especially when it's a streamer that actually cares and is like paying attention to the game and like getting invested in the game. Then you have a bunch of like sweaty nerds just start info dumping and all that. Even though nobody asked, or spoiling like the entire lore behind everything. There's a lot I could talk about. I could be here for another 2 hours explaining my disdain for, I guess, Twitch culture, female streamers in general, and the idiot users that invade Twitch chats. Or I guess live in Twitch chats. But it is what it is. You know. I'll just say this. If you're playing a story game, focus on the story. I know you're streaming and there's like a chat going on and everything. But it gets to a point where some of these people just skip everything, don't pay attention, or just looking at the chat over and over again, and they're like, what am I supposed to do? Where do I go, chat? You know? That would really annoy me. It's like at that point, don't play a story game. You know, play something else. Or if you're gonna do what you're doing, you know what I described, it's to do a talking stream. Just do it just chatting like the rest of the Twitch culture streamers. Let's do that, you know? Look at it this way. People are watching you to experience their favorite game or whatever it is that you're streaming. They're not watching you to have a conversation with some random who spends like $500 on you every month. That's good. It's also a way to, I guess, learn about new games. Played some things I've never seen before. And I guess, likewise, maybe. Just a little bit off. I wanted to save Ninja Gaiden for the weekend. I don't think I'll handle... Oh my god. I don't think I'll handle Rachel's chapter. I'd be lucky if we get through it in the beginning, and it won't take long. There's only 3 of hers. It's very hard, so I'm assuming we're not going to get to the special bits of her chapters, which on the higher difficulties, you have to fight 2 bosses at the same time with her. And she's not that fun to play to begin with. But there is a lot of extra content, I guess, that Sigma did put in, so, you know, I'll give him that. At the very least. You know? You're just hoping you beat the game and it doesn't take that long, you know? You're not here editing for about a few days worth of content. You know, taking out a lot of, dying over and over again in the game. Gotta take a break every now and then. But hey, save states are always a thing. I don't think anybody cares about all that. That's a little too weak. Yeah. Almost. My level with Rachel is terrible. The actual game is different. Played it since forever, but... Man, Rachel's just so slow. What the hell is this? First to 14, I guess. And the save state. Every time I get past the difficult part, or right before. No, I'm doing any of that shit again. It's partly how I've beaten shoot-em-ups. I've done a few off-camera on my own. That's the only way to beat games. Without it continues, obviously. Very long game. I hope it's first to 14. It's more pools to pool. I don't think I've ever seen the final boss of Ninja Gaiden. I know the story of the original trilogy because it's, you know, it's Ryu's early life, basically, before Itagaki's wonderful trilogy. And I say trilogy because they already booted him out by the time of 3, so... Still not a bad game, but it's also, I would say... Story-wise, it might as well just be considered the ending, and I'm fine with that. But I will give Team Ninja this. They took the gameplay of 2, and they perfected the Ninja Gaiden gameplay in 3, or Razor's Edge. For hard as balls as 3 may be, unfair and disgustingly artificial difficult, it still is the best playing Ninja Gaiden, or best playing action game I've ever played in my life. And one of the things you can do with every weapon and combo and whatnot, it feels really good. And I think the best part about it is the Ninja Trials, where you can fight previous bosses from the first 2 Ninja Gaiden games, and enemies as well, and set pieces from back then. That already makes it a really good game. Story aside, probably. How long is this? I didn't even know there were 15 balls. I messed up. Supposed to be going in sequence? Is that what you want to do? I didn't read the instructions. Be here for a bit, so this is gonna be the final game of this console. It's got American in the name. We're playing it first. If not, I might just quit early because I feel like I'm descending somewhere with this music on loop. losing it slightly. Feel the same way playing Tuned It Out, if only. Feel the same way playing Tales of Destiny off camera on my own. Some of the dungeons, I think all of them have the same exact track playing in the background. It's a very short loop. And I think it's off beat too, and it just sounds weird. And I'm sitting here running around dungeons with that same loop over and over again. It's just terrible. Damn, just a little bit more. Yeah, I could do that. I'd like to do a music stream someday. But as you can see, YouTube can automatically take down your stream right away. Mid-stream. I thought that was crazy. So we'd have to go to Twitch, and I could record it and do some stuff with that, but I don't know. The game also has voice acting and stuff, so I'd like not to, you know, mute it out, but whatever. That's right, I put like 40-something points because I don't know what the hell we were doing. Alright, get me out of here. Return, no, endgame. Yes. Pretty rudimentary UI and menu selection. You can tell this didn't have a super massive budget. Alright, let's see. Do I care enough to hide the screen? Well, I made the menu, so we're enjoying it. Please get me off that. I can't stand those two tracks playing over and over again. Alright, let's see. A lot of pool games. A lot of pool games with women in them. Not a lot of American pool. Virtual pool. Get rid of that one. God, pool on the Game Boy Advance. Oh god, pool on the Game Boy. What am I playing on the... what is it? PC-98. Never mind, there is none. I also don't want a chance having, you know, some woman on the screen with little to no clothing just randomly pop up. Alright, the Amiga 3D Pool, I've heard about that one. But I'm looking for, I know I saw American somewhere else. See if I can find it. Arcade games with it too, surprisingly. That looks like it might have Pretty Women in it. I'm not playing that. Not after YouTube's like tantrum with the thumbnail. Alright, well, you know what? Just go alphabetically. Oh my god. The more time passes, the less I can put together words, you know? Let's see how dumb this is. For me. I'd love to play more games with pretty women in them. But I'm not really allowed too much to do that. What did I do? What? Okay. Why is this in French? Open that, please. Better not open anything, anything weird. This is the Atari ST. A very, very old computer. Holy shit. Okay, I gotta play with my mouse. Hey, what song is this? I've heard this before. Maybe in like casinos and shit. Oh, I'm gonna turn that down. Holy shit. But yeah, there's a lot of good games out there with a lot of pretty women in it, and it's a shame I can't play too much. Okay. Get my thoughts straight first, and then play. What? Why do I have lives? Why do you shoot that? That's slow. You play with the mouse, apparently. Yes. Okay. What if I press 3? Nothing. A manual would have been nice. Not gonna lie. No. Anyway. Alright. No joystick input on this, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, there is a joystick input. Hell yeah, you can change the speed, the force, the power, the power bar. Okay, but let me, real quick, let me start that. How do I get out of this? Oh, I broke it. Oh, no, okay. Right, open color.prg. As I was saying, there's a lot of good games like Senran Kagura. I guess people just dismiss games like that because they see, I guess, all the loot stuff. They kind of don't see the gameplay or the story or anything like that, which is fine. But for the sake of like stuff like YouTube, it's very annoying, you know. Some water. Love to play more games like that, especially visual novels, as you've seen me probably read every now and then. Big sucker for drama and romance and novels. All together, mostly. Not separate or in that sequence. Alright, so we get 2, 3 fouls and only 5 balls. Surprising. See if we can make it out of here. Damn. Oh, I forgot. I said the bar. My bad. It's very, very low now. There's no music. But yeah. Not a lot of games with romance in them, like, as the main aspect. Shit, I did it again. I forgot. Without having, you know, a lot of the not allowed stuff in the screen. There we go. Also, it would require me to read a lot. Like, I think it was called Absent in the Rain. It was a pretty good novel. It was like an hour and a half, probably. But I did read the whole thing, and I didn't want to speak anymore after that. So, shit. So close. And hey, this is 2 players. You can probably share the mouse. Just like good old times, you know? Have a buddy sit next to you, and they use the numpad while you use the WASD or the arrow keys, you know? Who remembers those fucking times? Yeah, I wouldn't mind playing Flash games too. One day, maybe. It's retro enough that it would be pretty fun. Really getting close. But not really. Yeah. visual novel. A novel that's visual. So you mostly read, although some have mini games and other things to do. If you've played, I guess imagine Persona without the RPG gameplay, you know? Like all the dialogue and like dialogue choices and stuff like that. And this is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna press anything, because why not? So, moving on back. Oh, little tune scared me. Oh yeah, it's my bad too. It's yeah, it was. Could be in like random games or something like that. Said I was gonna play more, but then I just never did. Because most of the visual novels that I have include some sort of content I can't include on YouTube. Either because they're really old and they didn't really care and that just kind of came with the content because it's romance, or it's kind of the focus of the thing. Kind of like the old Fate Stay Night, the original story. You know, people don't know, not that anybody's watching, but the original Fate series and like everything from those creators was adult visual novels. Which is why it really kind of grinds my gears how all the remakes or remasters for those visual novels are now like just censored, I guess. But I'm glad I got copies of the original stuff that works, like Tsukihime and Fate Stay Night, and other stuff. Also got stuff like Clannad, and I read Air as well on the original Windows version. That was a pretty good story, for the most part. I'm not saying it was great for the heart, but it was decent. Okay, let's play some Game Boy Pool before I lose my eyes. So it's probably gonna take like 10 minutes before I lose my eyesight. But yeah, I'd love to play Clannad and some other stuff from that studio. I think it's called Key, the studio. But you know, I like my romance. When it comes to dramatic romance, I like my romance to be a little bit higher than the drama. You know? I don't mind crying or getting invested in the drama and romance, but I also don't want to suffer a little bit. Happens sometimes, reading manga. End up reading the wrong thing, and you know, kinda wish I didn't. Sometimes, with the way some of these manga end. Freestyle? Challenge? Tournament? Party? Okay, we're gonna turn you down. There you go. Alright, 8 ball. Let's get it. One game. But yeah, I'd say like maybe I've read so much manga, but let's just say 100. Out of 100 manga, I'd probably have to drop like 2 or 3. Because it's just, the story's too much. It's too silly, too dumb, too enraging. Anyway, before I start to get into a whole hour tangent, I would say the only actual dark fantasy I've read is Berserk. That was one of the first. What the hell is going on? I don't know what this is. The CPU thinking? Am I thinking? But yeah, that was one of the first manga I read fully, even though it's not done. But Oh, this is terrible. How do I know which number is which? Oh my god, there's a zoom in function. Let's get out of that. Oh man. I don't know. But it tells you the number, that's decent. Action. Insta win. Yeah, great. I guess I've read Isekai, I guess that would count as dark fantasy depending on which one, but otherwise, yeah, that was just it. Got a bunch of manga saved up that I haven't read yet. Once I run out of like romance reserves, I'll read some other shit. Yeah, I haven't heard of Basilisk unless you meant Berserk. And that's why you're talking about glasses. Shit, I need glasses right now. I can't imagine playing this on an actual tiny Game Boy. With this loop going. Oh, stripes. Alright, you got the church choir music in the back. I guess it's not really choir, what would we called? What do you call this? That drum beat, that bass is just reminding me of like Black Church. I forget what those, what their genre is called. Love it. Honestly. There's a track in SMT4 Apocalypse that sounds just like that. It's one of my favorites. And I don't know if they did it on purpose or what, but it's great. And it is in the break room soundtrack. Can you go? How do I make it go? What button did I press? What is this? Yes, go. Shoot. What am I doing wrong now? What is this, not a stripe? Is that the problem? Let me foul then. Great. Oh, what am I doing? Layer 2. Yeah, we're gonna get one more ball in, and then we're gonna stop because I'm losing it. Apparently, we can't hit anything that isn't our stuff. No. Doesn't make any sense anymore. Oh man, I love that drum bass. Yep, doesn't want to shoot the ball. Like at all. Alright, well I'm gonna wait till this drum wears off. There we go. Let's get out of here. Let's see, I'm not playing on the Game Boy right now. Skip that. Let's see, the NES. I can suffer. The best NES pool game. What looks like it's gonna have the best time. I don't know. Okay, break time. We shouldn't have to do this black screen, but we kinda have to. So I can let the audio hook into the app. Break time. 1992. 9 ball, rotation, 8 ball. Yeah, it is suffering. One day I'll go back. You know, just thinking about chill strings makes me want to go back to play Monster Hunter World again. One day. I'd have to play by myself, obviously, but one day. Jim. Who are we playing against? Jim, I guess. One game, Alright. 8 ball. Root off. Man, all the music, all the space went to the damn... What? Huh? All the space went to the voice acting. What? Yeah, I'm not restarting Monster Hunter World. My preferred save is on the PS4, but, you know. On getting that out of me. Oh my god, now there's music. I'll just play my PC save with the one character. I mean, I'm kind of in the same spot, kinda. I just need to do a couple, like, event quests and whatnot. Aims to shoot? Aim at that, I guess. That's how it works. Wow. The lag. It's hurting my ears. Yeah, this is pretty slow, honestly. Lucky it looks good. Missed. I'm not gonna make anything. But at least I shuffled that a bit. Man, I was really sad. Or so angry, I guess. When Wilds came out. I really had some expectations of it being decent, but I guess I just didn't realize we were in the age of not optimizing games anymore. I know it's a dead horse at this point that we're beating, but it's really disappointing coming from a fan of the series overall. You know, I'd rather have like a game every few years and it's still being a niche game that nobody really knows about than what we have now. I can guarantee you it would have been a whole different game if that were the case. Alright, this bit is hurting my ears. Could have been better. Thought some of the monsters were alright, I guess. I didn't get far enough because I got tired of like the optimization, the performance, everything. You know, it's already bad enough, but if a game requires you to use specific like AI tools just to be able to run properly at that point, you're not really... It's not really worth your time, honestly. I suppose. Still, I think back then I was on the camp that they kind of just should have done that from the very beginning for a world. They did a pretty good job with Iceborne, I'll give them that. Would have been nice to have another expansion though. Yeah. Less time with the stupid, I think it was Assassin's Creed bullshit and the Final Fantasy stuff and The Witcher. All that money would have been better spent towards another expansion. That's not to say Monster Hunter's never had like cool crossovers or anything fun. But man, they just picked the most random shit. That wasn't even fun. Nobody, and I mean nobody, liked the Behemoth. Or the Leshen from The Witcher quest, honestly. The only reason anybody did those was for the armors. And the skins, I guess. I think at the time, FOMO is a hell of a drug. But I'll give them this. They were kind of lucky, or kind of gracious, so that the most of Monster Hunter World you can still play and not miss anything. There's even a chart that I have saved so I know which event quests to play to get like every individual like unique piece of gear and whatnot. But it probably won't be the case forever, obviously. And it's a very problematic thing of Monster Hunter 3 and 4, especially on the 3DS. Because you can't access any of that anymore. So downloading event quests and stuff like that, you'll just have to dig through and figure out how to plug it in yourself. Luckily, I still have all that from my actual 3DS in the files, so wasn't that hard to find, thankfully. But yeah, maybe I'll install Monster Hunter World one day and I'll do all the things I couldn't do on the PS4 or on this playthrough, which was, I never got to beat. I thought the raids were really stupid. You know, needing to fight this monster multiple times with multiple different people and do specific things. So I never did that at the very end. I didn't do the golden monster either. Only a few times because I guess it was a new thing. But there's other endgame monsters that I never got to fight as well, so I'd like to do that at some point. And while it may not be the best roster of monsters, or weapons, or armors, it's still the best playing Monster Hunter, and it runs like a dream, so I'll give World that anytime, any day. I can always mod it too, you know, for the armors and stuff like that. Put the wrong ball in. You're right. I'm not even paying attention, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I didn't get that far. I was on the last few quests of the expansion. I think the last thing I did, which was on stream, was beat the double of Rejang so I can get my amazing gym outfits, or whatever they're called, for my character. And that meant beating the damn double monkeys on not only the normal, the normal version, but also the Super Saiyan versions. Man, that was terrible. I had to play with randoms too. Kept dying. It was just me and this Japanese guy holding the line. Oh, I won. Somehow. me out of here. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect at Monster Hunter. I'm not gonna beat a monster in like under 2 minutes. You know, like some of these speedrunners like to play the game, but I'm also not gonna get hit for the most part. And try to do my best. Kinda like Ninja Gaiden. We noticed we didn't die that whole time. Maybe like once, I think? I don't remember. Yeah, the boss, that doesn't count, but you know what I mean. Alright. Running out of things to do. Not a lot of pool games on for what I want to play. Maybe if I put in a different name. This is so dumb, but I think it'll work. It'll work. Yep, that works. Sega. Yeah, I might take a hit here and there. Been a while, so most likely I probably would. Honestly. Just like Ninja Gaiden. It's old. I'm gonna try one more full game. I'll call it, because there isn't that many, actually. That many that are different enough from one another. Maybe another computer. Already went to the Atari ST. I guess we can end it on the MSX 2. Yeah, why not? I gotta make backgrounds for the new consoles that I got. They're still using the default like main menu backgrounds. A bit of a shame. I want my collection to look pretty. Alright, I don't know what any of this means. So, just give me 9-ball. Versus MXX. Or one-player game. I think. Right. Okay. Now we got the abacus in the back. Whatever the hell that was. Okay. Super slow. Critical. But I guess the ball goes wherever you point it at anyway. That's not an issue. Music is so weird, and you got the 3D look at the bottom. And that's some. That's unique. Also very slow. Come on now. I don't like how the music resets every time though. Ah, damn, come on. Also a 9-ball, I keep forgetting. Yeah. Not making this any easier. View's a little weird. Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. So weird. That's it. Oh my god, now it's fast. But you're right. They do blend in. If only this wasn't so slow. Well, we might be here for a while, so this will be the final. I don't know which one's more reliable, the bottom or the top. Bit of an inconsistency. Oh, this was dumb. Alright, we might get out of here quicker than I thought. This is going nowhere. Oh. Missed. Who would have thought? And I get completely negated. Awesome. Didn't expect that. Okay, I was looking at some things. What? On. One. Right. Gonna sit here and watch this all the way. Oh look, the why is there an abacus at the bottom? Are we counting with that? Alright, well I gotta put this 5 in there. Okay, that works too. Keeping score for what? There's only 9 balls. Super slow animation. Alright, we got 3 points. We adding up the total sum of each one? Doesn't really work if we're playing by ourselves. What do I get? And that, the time to come back from that is so slow. Be here forever. I didn't even go in. That's not what I was going for anyway, but it would have been nice. This is a one-man game. And this is useless. So... if it weren't so slow, I guess it might have been a little bit more bearable. Anyway. There was a remaster of the original Ninja Gaiden. I don't remember if... what is this? Why can I go up and down? I don't know if it was for the Super Nintendo or if it was for the PC Engine. But it's pretty bad. Visually and all that, compared to the original NES. Visually and buggy wise. So, you know, maybe if you were suffering too much, that might have been why. But if you're playing on the NES, then I don't think it's a problem. There's also ports of Ninja Gaiden for everything. There's different versions of Ninja Gaiden, like for the Atari. And the Game Gear, too, I think. All different games. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I've only got past the first level. Not even the first boss. But yeah, first level. The NES is probably the best way to play it. Maybe arcade, but NES is still the NES. You could just go the hardcore way, and the original Ninja Gaiden Black, you could, in that same bar, Hands Bar, there was an arcade cabinet you can go in and actually play the original game, which was obviously removed from subsequent versions, unfortunately. Great. The more suffering, the better. Well, you'll see me stream Ninja Gaiden. I haven't recorded anything, huh? I want to see people's reactions and whatnot to the games I play right now. I don't have anything else to record. I don't have any game that I want to play right now. I'll just focus on beating these two games. That'll be it. See what comes next. But hey, level 3, that's better than me. So, good job. I guess we'll see, more or less. So monotonous, so slow. A little lulling. Maybe not to sleep all the way, but I'm getting there. Why do I have to go up and down now? What changed? The control just suddenly shifted. But yeah. Never thought about playing Subnautica on stream. I don't think I'd want to. Play that again. I mean, at this point for me, the what's the word I'm looking for? The novelty kind of wore off. Not like I'm afraid of, like, the sea or anything like that. But it is unnerving. Not gonna lie to you. Yeah, the novelty kind of just wore off. I've already played a lot of it. I did enjoy mods that kind of spawn you anywhere on the map. I think that was one of the things that was really missing from the game. Because there's no random mode, there's no, like... There's a sandbox mode, so you can just build and do stuff without a story. But it's always the same place, the same start area, the same beginning, whatever. I think that's a little boring, you know? Yeah, the hopping up can be a little too much. From specific beings you probably don't want to have pop up in front of you. That'd be great to see in the future for you. And the story's not bad, it's rather nice. Great. Although there is a focus on, like, building and, you know, farming and grinding items and resources and whatnot. Which can get boring, maybe? Too much. Sometimes. With such a big map, too. I guess you'll find your way around it, so... You'll have a good time. Until you don't. Or until something stops you, I guess. Something or some things. Ow, great. We'll try to watch it. I do enjoy watching people suffer. This is no different from me playing a horror game. Not Halloween yet, so no luck on that. Not today. Only one ball. So terrible to try to aim this. The bottom doesn't match up with the top. Great. Well, you gotta have the lights turned off too and have a pretty good sound system. Or just be dumb and play in VR. Let's do that. It's not as fun as it looks. Really not as fun as it looks. Okay. I can finally get out of here. Get out of this game. Turn off my MSX. Oh, my eyes. Okay. Is that because I put my name as 3 A's or what? Get out of here. This was the penguin from Penguin Adventure too. So weird. Let's get one last feature in. I think you'll be fine. Could be worse. Could be an actual horror game. Let's see, where is... There we go. Nice. Nice. Fast typing skills. Alright. Let's end it up on this. I am pretty hungry too. That would be so bad right now. Tecmo. Koei Tecmo. Not a great company, but made some pretty good games. Made pretty good games. Ah, the beautiful, beautiful 8-bit graphics. The NES Famicom graphics. The idea that epilepsy did not exist back in the 90s and 80s. What a concept. And Itagaki is so great. He didn't just reboot series. He adapted the storyline and everything. Because all of this is still canon to Ninja Gaiden. You know, I could care less about anything past Ninja Gaiden 3, but... Okay, let me get my bearings straight here. But it's still all canon, you know. Ryu still did all this in his childhood or adolescence. I don't know what the fuck I was trying to say. Could have sworn that's a dog. It looks more like a person now to look at it. You know, it took me a while to get used to jumping on the walls and stuff. But that wasn't so hard. Anyway, if you play Ninja Gaiden... Shit. I can't. Why can I grab onto that? Okay, well I guess we can't. There we go. If you play Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive and the storylines and all that, man, Ryu is such a great character. What is that? Man, he's such a badass just by existing half the time, even in Dead or Alive, when he's not the main character. So even in a game where he's not the main character, he's just that guy still. And I've went over this so many times playing Dead or Alive. But I'm pretty sure, I think he won one of the tournaments just because he could, just so he can get to the end and like beat the final like villain of the story. Although I could be thinking of somebody else. Never mind. He went through the whole tournament just for the hell of it. He didn't win one. Can I please? But yeah, Ryu's just such a great character overall. Just his demeanor, especially in like Itagaki's games, is just so great. Yeah, that's the first time I ever beat this boss. First time I ever got here without dying. I don't know if that's Irene or not, but it's supposed to be blonde, but... Never seen this. I know what happens, but I've never seen the actual game. Why am I sitting quiet like there's a big old cutscene with voice acting and everything? There's not much to say though. I mean, if you hear about the story, I'm not gonna spoil you on everything about Irene and Ryu and Ryu's father, Joe Hayabusa, who's got a pretty cool little comic or like mini story in Ninja Gaiden 2, where he fights, oh my god, where he fights a vampire lord or something like that. This is all before the events of Ninja Gaiden 2, obviously, but and his outfit in that is such great color. It's like a white-looking Black Falcon suit. Jesus. Why can't I think? I wanted to get that. That's my bad. They might have changed it. I don't know. Might have been a little tiny retcon, which is fine. But I'm pretty sure they called him Joe later on. Not that you ever see his face. You see him in the short that I mentioned, but that's it. Might just be because, you know, a super old game with super old translation that doesn't really matter. Happens sometimes, you know. Like how Mario wasn't called Mario or some shit like that. Okay. I just remember his name because he does show up in 2 briefly. Although he's bedridden for like the majority of the trilogy. Yeah, the looks is probably just because all old women from this era in games just look like April O'Neil for some reason. They just kind of made him more interesting looking and whatnot. As opposed to, you know, generic brown-haired woman. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Get me off the screen. Oh, there's a continue. Okay, well, enjoy the music, I guess. You know what? Enjoy this music, actually. yeah. I don't know. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow, I don't know what I'll do, so until then, see if I catch you playing Subnautica, and it'll be fun, so goodbye. Or good night.